Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. Thank you so much for joining me today. First up, Visit Fort Wayne joins me in studio to lay out all of the events happening in September around the fort, including the Johnny Appleseed Festival and so much more. Then Viking Psychiatry is here for Mental Health Matters as we discuss how sleep can actually impact your mental health. This is a good one. You don't want to miss it. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
As we are entering into fall, there are so many events that are happening around Fort Wayne. So, of course, I have here Erin Okeson, who is the digital content manager for Visit Fort Wayne, to share with us what's happening. Hey there, Erin.
Hello.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay. So, I cannot believe it, and it just makes me so sad to say that summer is coming to an end officially this month. And so as we kind of swim away from the pool, there's other things to do around town. So what is happening?
Well, for those of us who love fall, I am one of those. The Johnny Appleseed Festival is always kind of our unofficial start to fall here in Fort Wayne. And so that is coming up in just a few weeks. So we're so excited for that. And you can really take a step back in time to the pioneer days and just see what it was like as Johnny Appleseed traveled this area. So you can satisfy your sweet tooth with a caramel apple or some apple petals, which amazing.
Apple petals?
Yes.
I haven't heard of that.
Yes,
no.
You can get those with ice cream. It's so good. So lots of different things to eat your way around Johnny Appleseed Festival. It's a lot of fun.
Right. And I feel like it's like you have to have apple something.
Yes.
You just have to. And I like that they kind of do a time period piece when it comes to like the costuming and the clothing, right?
It's so fun. Yes, it's very authentic. So all the vendors, all the volunteers, they're all dressed in period authentic clothing. It's really fun to see.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And so is that an open event that's free, or is there a cost to that?
It is free. It's free to go to, just parking at the Memorial Coliseum. But other than that, you can get in free and you can shop from, hundreds of different vendors.
Oh, wow.
You're going to find home decor, jewelry, and a lot of those vendors, you can actually see them creating their art and pieces right there at the festival, which is always a really cool element.
Okay, our official fall festival.
Yes.
Okay, so what else is happening?
Okay, well, another one of our favorite September events is Be a Tourist in Your Own Hometown. So that's coming up on Sunday, September 7th. So you can pick up a passport at any area Kroger or Old National Bank location. And then on September 7th, go ahead and visit 23 Fort Wayne museums and attractions for free, which is really so much fun. We just want residents to get out and experience Fort Wayne like a tourist. So you're going to be able to visit places like Science Central or the Botanical Conservatory or ArtLink. All of those are offering free admission for the day. So it's a lot of fun. You can take your passport to all the different places, get your stamps in the passport. It's just a great family day.
It is, and that's on a Sunday. And so it's a perfect day just to get out. And like you said, actually go to places that you may not have ever gone to before. Like is the, the History Museum?
Yes.
Is there,
they are.
And the Art Museum and all those kind of attractions. And as you said, as they kind of get their little passports stamped, what are some attractions maybe that's on it that people wouldn't expect?
Okay, yeah, so there are definitely some kind of niche ones. So one is Elsie Nature Park, so not downtown, it's a little ways out, but you can visit some elk and bison there. It's really neat as you walk the natural trails there, so that one's really fun. You can also visit the Veterans Memorial Shrine and Museum, or, one that's really always popular is the Three Rivers Water Filtration Plant.
Oh, fun.
So you can do tours of that, and they have that kind of collegiate Gothic design, and it's really, really beautiful. So that one's always a popular one as well.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, and what else? I'm sure there's music and some entertainment that's going to be happening on the scene.
Yes, so lots going on. Concert-wise, we have a lot of great concerts. So a couple highlights just include Blackberry Smoke, The Wallflowers. If you're into more of that kind of alt, indie rock scene, you can enjoy Father John Misty and Kaleo are coming later in the month. And then if you're looking for theater, you can enjoy Broadway on the Embassy with the Book of Mormon later in the month. So that'll be really, really fun.
Yes, I love Broadway so much, and it's always exciting to see what the new season looks like from the Embassy. And it's kind of like we have to take this little hiatus over the summer, but now we get to re-experience just Broadway, national tours that get to come here locally. Okay, so Book of Mormon is the first.
Yep, that'll be great. Yep. Yeah.
Great. Okay, and then also, one thing is there's kind of something for everyone, right? And so if someone likes a little music, a little sports, so do we have any sporting events that's happening still in September?
Well, one thing that everybody can participate in when it comes to getting out and getting active is actually the Fort for Fitness Fall Festival. So that one is always really fun, coming up later in the month. So this is happening on September 27th. So you can do the 4K, the 10K, or the half marathon if you are really feeling ambitious.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. And actually the night before on Friday, there's also a 1 mile foxtrot event. So that one's great for all ages, from younger ones up to seniors. But the atmosphere is just so much fun. So you cross the finish line at home plate at Parkview Field, and everybody's cheering for you. They have music going, so that one's always an amazing atmosphere.
Yeah.
But then as far as, watching sports, we're gearing up for Comets hockey season. Can't wait for that to kick off for the year. But yeah, we love our sports here, and we can't wait for, people can get out and get active themselves or plan to catch a game coming up.
Yeah, and also the comedy scene. We do have a couple of cool comedy clubs here, like Summit City Comedy Club, and you just have to look on their website really to see the acts. They get some pretty big talent that comes into town.
They really do. It's actually pretty impressive when you look at it. So they have different comedians coming in all the time. So definitely, be sure to check out their schedule, grab some tickets, go enjoy some comedy. They have some, people who have already done a lot of notable work, or lots of up-and-coming comedians as well, who are really going to be big on the scene pretty soon. So just a lot of great options there.
And midweek they have an open mic night.
Amazing.
You got to check that out to see some local talent.
I love that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, guys, if you would like more information about the upcoming events that are taking place in Fort Wayne, you can go to Visit Fort Wayne's website at visitfortwayne.com. And their website actually has so many different events, from all types of arts to music to concerts, comedy, anything that you need, and also some featured restaurants. So check it out, and I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on WANE 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry. Welcome back to Mental Health Matters with Viking Psychiatry, and I'm so pleased to be joined by Sean Goddard, who is the owner of Viking Psychiatry. Hi, Sean.
Good to see you again.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. I'm excited about this topic because you know that I have sleep issues. Total insomnia. So we're going to talk about the link between sleep and mental health. Let's start off by how are those things linked together?
Yeah, I mean, really, when it comes down to it, the brain, when we sleep, it's the brain's opportunity to rest, recover, and honestly, we process a lot of emotions while we sleep. We process the things that we've been through throughout the day, and it allows us to store those items, process them, allow our body to process them a lot of times. And so when we aren't getting appropriate sleep, right, when we aren't resting correctly, when we aren't getting especially deep sleep, then our body is not able to rest, repair, recover, and process emotions correctly, which can leave us in stages of fight or flight, for example, chronic fatigue, which is going to reduce our energy. There's a lot that really goes in play there.
And so what would you say are common health problems that really go with lack of sleep?
Yeah, so I mean, PTSD can often be involved in there. We see sleep nightmares, terrors, those types of things being an issue. Sleep apnea is a huge one that is, I think, poorly caught and not diagnosed in a lot of people. There's a lot of times that when people come into my practice, when they think of a psychiatry practice, they don't think somebody's going to talk to them about sleep necessarily, or more specifically order sleep tests, right? Typically they're like, oh, I can't sleep, I need something to help me sleep. But often we need to find out what that root cause is. And at Viking Psychiatry, we've developed relationships to be able to order sleep studies for our clients when they come in to see us, because it plays such a significant impact. And I can tell you we have caught a significant portion of our clients struggling with sleep who have undiagnosed sleep apnea. And this can play a significant role in our overall sleep.
So break down, what exactly is sleep apnea?
Yeah, so we have a disruption in the communication of the respiratory system that enables us to breathe and maintain our oxygen levels. And one way that really plays a big effect on our mental health is we know that there's multiple stages of sleep, right? We've heard of REM sleep, and people talk about dreaming, but deep sleep is where our brain really rests and recovers. While, you know, I've had clients that say, well, I sleep 10 hours every single night, so I don't understand why I'm tired all day. But the thing is even though they're sleeping 10 hours, they're staying only in very light sleep or REM, maybe going into REM sleep and coming back out, but very rarely getting into deep sleep. Because as we have sleep apnea and our oxygen levels begin to drop as we're sleeping, and it gets too low, our body says something's wrong here, right? We need to breathe. And so our brain wakes us up, and that could be anywhere from just causing you to roll over to some people jerking up, right, and getting out of bed, or sitting up and being wide awake, right, because the body is saying, wake up, you need to breathe. And so when we do that, we are preventing ourselves going into deep sleep. And so we're not really getting true restful sleep where our brain gets to rest and recover. And sometimes what I tell people is, think about if you go to the gym, right? Do you work out the same muscle nonstop, or do you go into muscle failure and move on to another area? And you don't do that same, like I won't work out my arms every single day in the gym, right? Those muscles need time to rest, repair, and recover. But with our brain, we don't get to do that, right? We have to, when we go to bed at night and we sleep and we get up, we have to go throughout our day and live life, right? And if our muscles can't do that, think about our brain, how exhausted it has to be. So how can we not expect to be very low energy, tired, not be able to think correctly, remember correctly? All those things play significant impact because we're just working it out too much and not letting it get enough rest.
Yeah. So talk to me more about these tests that you offer. That's so cool, these sleep tests.
Yeah, so we work with company, one of the companies we work with, sleeptest.com. I can order a sleep study, and there's a couple different types that I can order, but they're non-invasive. For example, one of the ones they have is a ring not much bigger than my wedding ring, but with a little piece on the end, and you put it on and attach it, connect it Bluetooth to your phone, and it records a bunch of data during your sleep, and then you turn it off in the morning and then charge it, and the next night you do it again. And typically you'll wear these for 2 to 3 nights, and then you send that back to the sleep test company, and they a sleep specialist and a board-certified sleep physician will review those results and determine what type of concerns might be going on. Whether we're having large apneic episodes, which means time periods of where we're not breathing, and our oxygen's dropping down, they can look to see how much REM sleep you're getting, how much deep sleep you're getting, and really be able to look at how your sleep is affecting you. And so then we get that report back, and along with their recommendations on what to do for treatment, and we look at that. A lot of people think, oh, if I'm not sleeping good, well, then I just need to have a couple drinks before I go to bed, or I'll take sleeping pills and that will make me sleep better. But you're not improving the situation, you're just masking the situation, and often you're making the situation worse. You're causing even less deep sleep, more apneic episodes, and you're just making the situation worse. So getting to the root cause is very important when it comes to sleep.
Yeah, that root cause, because it is dependency that you're kind of building instead of getting to the actual core of what's an issue. And then well, that's really cool, by the way, the
Thank
sleep
you.
test. So you can just take it home. We may have to try that out to see how that works. So what about tips, Sean? Like, are there tips that you can help us with improving sleep?
Yeah, I mean, some of the big things is caffeine. It's, we like our coffee,
love it.
right? And our things that give us wings, and our Venti Quad 6 pump, triple Mocha Choco Venti, whatever, right? But the problem is we often are too dependent on it, and we're drinking that throughout the day. And so we really should be cutting off our caffeine by around noon every single day.
Okay.
Because we have to allow our body time to process that, relax, right? Also, drinking right before bed, a few hours before bed, is not beneficial. It does cause interruption in sleep cycle. Exercising before bed is actually not a good thing. You really want to try to exercise earlier in the day, midday, but exercising at 6, 7 o'clock at night, even though I want people to exercise, doing it right before bed is not good, because we release all types of endorphins and feel goods, right, and adrenaline, and so then we go and take a shower and lay down and go, why can't I go to sleep? My brain's racing a million miles an hour. That's why. It's about calming down. I know you love your show, right?
Yes.
But when we're laying down and we're watching our show, we're stimulated, right? And you're involved and you're in suspense, right?
Yeah.
And we got a lot of activity going there. And then you're like, okay, I need to go to bed, and you shut it off, right? And then what happens? It's hard to go to sleep because we're still so active up here. So it's very important to give ourselves time off and rest. I actually don't, a lot of people plug their cell phone in right next to their bed, right next to their head, and you shouldn't. Your cell phone should actually be away from your bed, plugged farther away, so that it's not disturbing you. I put my phone on do not disturb, other than my emergency contacts that are allowed to break through, right? So that I don't hear vibrations all night long, right? As emails are coming through, or non-emergent texts, or whatever that may be, right? Because every time that you interrupt that sleep, you have to start that cycle all over again, and you're reducing the amount of overall healthy sleep that you're getting.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, Sean, I did recently binge a good mystery show.
Uh-oh.
And I did not sleep. I mean, I didn't have a dream about it. I was so surprised. I thought I was going to be solving mysteries in my dream, but that didn't happen. So let's talk about the relation between having sleep disorders and then how it really impacts your mental health, and how people can see those signs.
Yeah, when I look at, if you use depression, for example, a lot of people, when they talk about depression with their provider and their provider's talking with them, there's not a lot of focus on sleep, but that sleep can play significant impact. Like I said earlier, when your brain's exhausted, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to have low energy, low motivation. You have, for example, increased levels of cortisol that can affect your overall outcome, and inflammatory processes. So there is a lot of tie over. Depression and many mental health concerns are not just about the brain. There is body involvement as well, inflammatory natures, all those types of things. And so treating, for example, depression isn't just treating depression, it's treating the body, treating the brain, treating sleep. And far too often in my depressed clients, when we adjust and affect their sleep, they see improvement in their mood. So again, it's not just about medications, right? It's about involving our total health. And it can be hard, right? It's, when you're told that you're overweight and you're eating too much junk food and you need to lose some weight and be healthier and exercise, it's easy to say it, but it can be very hard to do it. But it's something that needs to be done for your total health, right? And mental health is the same way. We've kind of built this understanding in the way that we treat mental health in the US and in the world, that we can just solve it with a pill, and that's not the correct answer. It's looking at the total person, the total picture, and not just saying, what can I prescribe you, but how can I help affect change and make your life better?
Yeah. As you said, Sean, it's whole body.
That's right.
It's whole body. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
for the information today. And if you would like more information about Viking Psychiatry, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9. Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.